Hey everyone, welcome to the Costume Jewelry Chronicles with Lynn and Carrie. Each episode we will feature a new vintage costume jewelry designer and talk a little bit about jewelry reselling. We hope you enjoy.
All right, good morning. We're at the jewelry call today, and it's January 14th. We're going to get started with Larry, who got a jewelry haul this last week, and he so patiently waited because I was gone last Tuesday, and I said, Lynn can handle it for you or whatever, but I'd love to see it. And so he's like, I'll wait. So he was so patient for us. There he is.
Hey,
All right. Tell us about your haul there, Larry.
yeah, so I went to an estate sale a couple weeks ago, and the woman that had passed was hoarding lots and lots of this jewelry. She was making motif artwork. She these 17-inch or 19-inch frames that she would coat with felt, and then she'd come up with these cool landscapes. She did a really cool starburst and this hideous looking duck and a nice waterscape. But she would use this jewelry and just cut it up into pieces and glue it on there. It appeared as though she was buying from eBay back in 2010, 2012, a couple of times a month. She would buy not quite a junk lot, but she was buying lots of jewelry, and I've got lots of the receipts that were in there, but 10 or 20 pieces at a time. And at the estate sale, there were about 30 to 35 fairly decent sized boxes on a couple of different tables, just filled with everything from cheap plastic up to Trafaris and some higher end watches and no gold that I could find, but a whole lot of jewelry in various forms that people were picking through. And I ended up I was short on time, so what I did was I found one box that appeared to have the most higher end brooches in it, um, and made an offer. And we went back and forth, but I basically paid $50 for about a 20-pound box of this stuff. And what I've got today is all of it. I went through and found any of the signed stuff and put it aside. I've got that in one pile over here. And then all the rest of it, I just kind of sorted it by type. And so what I'm looking for right now is just some guidance on what the heck do I have here? How would an experienced jewelry seller go about grouping together this jewelry? I've got plastic beaded necklaces, I've got pearl necklaces, I've got rock necklaces.
So these are the ones that aren't signed or they are signed?
These are the ones that are not signed. Here,
Okay.
let me pan through it all and speak a little bit to it as I go. This stuff over here is the signed stuff that I could find. I've got this is Trafari, this is Monet, a lot of Sarah Coventry. This is Sarah Coventry, this is Sarah Coventry, Sarah Coventry, a couple of Avons. This one I don't think is signed, but boy, it sure looks like a Trafari. And I did manage to sell a Trafari brooch out of this lot already. And then the rest of it, I'm just going to kind of scan here. I've got here's most of the earrings. These are all unsigned, but some of them really look nice. I've got some rhinestones, some unique stuff. I think this is Bakelite. I'm going to test it. This is kind of fun. Black and white. I've got a bunch of bracelets of various forms, including this weird looking medieval.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would sell that by itself. Those
Right.
chunky lucite ones right now are hot.
Okay, and then I've got a variety of necklaces in various forms. This one's a kind of a blingy 1920s style, but I'm sure it's not 1920s. And then a lot of just cheap plastic stuff that I've got here. This particular set is pretty nice. This guy
Yeah, it is.
with earrings and that. This appears to be bone. This one is definitely
That's a
stone.
beggar's bead necklace, the one you're touching.
Yeah, that's
So
what
make sure you use those words. Beggar's bead.
beggar.
Beggar's bead. I'm assuming, is it cold? Is it stone?
Oh yeah, they're definitely
Yeah,
cold
that's a
stone.
beggar's bead necklace.
So I've also got a whole nother bag, about another 5 or 6 pounds of more necklaces. It's about to drop. I got some brooches over here. Again, these are not branded, but some of them are pretty nice.
That creepy face one on the left,
Yeah,
sell it by itself. Look it up. I've sold those before and they sell really well.
the problem with this one though is the woman cut off the pin.
Oh, well, I would still sell it. Like you won't get as much for it, but it's creepy, so somebody will buy it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
signed, I think. Was that signed? It looked signed.
I don't think it is.
Look on the
Yeah, it is signed. Okay. I'll look it up here.
yeah, I would still just put missing pin in big letters at the top.
It's
You didn't do too bad for
yeah, well, so let me show you a few things here. This one watch right here is a Bulova that's working. And I found a comp around 120 to 140 bucks.
is it to say 10K on the back?
Yes, a 10K rolled, I think it says. Something
So
like
put
that.
rolled gold. That's what they always put is it RGF or is that what it says? RGF, I think is what
It
it usually says.
says 10K rolled gold plate, I think, or rolled gold rolled
Yeah.
something. And then it has a serial number on the back.
Yep.
Them are probably diamonds in there too,
Yes, they are.
if it has stones. Yeah.
There's two very small diamonds at both ends. I think this one watch pays for the entire lot.
Yeah, it probably will.
I
And
believe
so,
so. I just sold one of them too, but no
I
diamonds
mean,
in it.
your beggar's bead necklace might pay for the whole lot, like the $20. I mean, you should be able to get over $20 for that beggar's bead necklace.
yeah, this is definitely stone. It's very cold. I can, you can see the grain in the rocks.
Yep. Those sell pretty
What
good.
about, I recently saw um, an auction for just gold colored stuff. There was probably 10 or 15 gold colored chains, 10 or 15 gold colored earrings, bracelets, et cetera, that went for hundreds of bucks. And I was thinking, boy, somebody must be searching for gold, even though it
They
was
are.
clearly called out as gold tone. Because I've got enough gold tone stuff here, I think, to put together one of those lots. If I included, I've got probably 4 or 5 gold Monets, and some other stuff. Would you pull the Monet gold out of a lot like that? Or would you leave it in there so that you could claim Monet was in there in the title,
Well, they're not a gold seeker ain't gonna buy it because of Monet,
right?
because it's not gold. So, I mean, if it's in good condition, I sell Monet all the time.
Okay. What do
If it's
Monet
priced right, it
bracelets
will.
or necklaces go for?
Well, Monet necklaces can go from $20 to I've sold them for close to 100 before. It just depends on which one it is.
Yeah.
You should be able to find pretty close comps on those.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure I will. What about the bead stuff? Should I just lot that together? And the question would be how big of lots should I do for this stuff?
I'll have somebody else answer that. But I saw you had a little moon glow bracelet in there. And like if you have any moon glow earrings floating around anywhere, if you put it with that bracelet, I'd sell it separate. See that little pink one? Isn't that a moon glow? Yeah. People like those. Like if you have some little moon glow earrings in there anywhere, or anything that has that weird color to it.
Yeah.
If you have a necklace or earrings that you can put with that that also has that, I would take that out. I would take that lucite chunky thing out because it's going to sell by itself pretty easy, I think.
This thing?
Yeah, I would sell it separate. I'd sell the
Yeah,
beggar's bead
this is
separate.
definitely cool. It has a big pin in it to open it up.
Yeah, it's a Turkish one probably.
It's 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 not particularly well made. I mean, um
They never are. I don't really get the whole thought of them, but like Indian, Turkish,
it does
whatever.
have a label inside here that says it's real ebony, or is it ebony? Yeah.
Ebony wood.
Natural ebony wood is what the label says on the inside. And it's a
Mhm.
shame because otherwise, I might think this might be 100 years old, but given that it's got that sticker, um, that lets me know this is, 70s or greater would be my guess.
They were really popular for, I'd say, the later 70s.
Yeah.
What
Anyway,
does that usually sell for, Carrie? Because I think I remember those and have some of those that I thought was just junk.
See, I think his is kind of different because it's got the band around it. So, like I've had tons of them that have those big wooden pin things in them. What do you think, Lynn? I mean, it's sellable by itself, I think.
I would say 30, 29.99, take
Yeah,
25, 24, somewhere around there.
I think she's about right.
okay.
But you said lucite, which I thought it was
I
if
thought it was plastic when I first saw
okay.
it.
No, it's
I,
I
wood.
saw it.
This one's definitely wood.
I thought it was a chunky lucite one, but that'll sell too. And like
Here's
that
Yeah,
crazy
all
red
them.
one, what's it made? Oops, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say all them plastic beads, even if you group them together, they probably won't sell, unless there's something really unique in there. If you like that one, I tend to, not that I have great luck with it, but I put red, black, and white together of the plastic beads and throw in some earrings that match, or kind of do a combination of, a coordinated bead lot. But they're still kind of hard sells.
They
Yeah,
are.
that gets thrown in with
Beaded ones
a bunch of other
gotta have
plastic
some kind
beads.
of excitement to them.
The
well,
blue one on the end, what's that material? Is
it's a
that
plastic
Atlas
of some sort.
beads or it's just plastic?
It's plastic.
Them are a little more unique, but you might have to throw them in with some other ones though.
Maybe with those bangles. Those blue bangles are about the same color. Do like a baby blue lot or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that
But I
makes
agree
And
sense.
with Lynn.
also there's a pink butterfly towards the right, towards the top. Yes.
Yeah,
Can you
this
hold that
one's,
up
I was gonna
closer?
call this one out. This one's definitely blingy rhinestone.
Isn't it pink?
It's
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 green.
it's more of a chocolate brown. The lighting is messed up
Mm,
in here. That's a good shot
okay.
there. Um, a little bit of blue uh rhinestones. The corners, the predominant pieces are more of a root beer brown, and it's
Yeah, that's a nice one I would sell by itself.
yeah,
It's
I agree.
not like Juliana or anything, but it kind of has that feel to it. But yeah, I would try to maybe 20, 25 between there. 25, I would put
Put
it
it up
at.
at like 24.99 and take an offer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what else? What do you guys do with bulk watches? Um,
I give them to Rowdy.
because
I throw them in a lot.
in
Yeah,
this
they'll
lot,
sell in a lot too.
I got one, two, three, four. I got about 7 or 8 watches. Some of these old tech watches, Texas Instruments, Armatron.
So the Texas Instruments ones sell really well, but there's certain Texas Instruments things you can't sell on eBay, so be careful.
Okay. Is there how do you know what you can or can't sell?
I can't remember if it's the whole company now or if it's just those because people are selling those calculators for good money on eBay and they zeroed them.
So in the other lot that I got, I went back the next day and I got there an hour and a half early. I was number one in line, and I spent an hour and a half cherry picking all of these boxes and ended up with one 18-inch by 18-inch box. That I was very much higher end stuff than this. A lot more Trifari, a lot more Monet, and basically any watch I found I threw in the box, any gold looking chain I threw in the box, and any high end looking brooch I put in the box. That ended up being $150, and it was about 22 pounds, but I'm going to make a lot more money out of that. Um, and this the similar kind of knowledge I need from this conversation, I'm going to be applying to that one because I have a lot of very similar looking, right? I have, for example, I'll have a whole bunch of animal brooches. I have a lot more rhinestone in that lot. And I've got about 35 watches in that lot that I've split into about 4 different groups. Women's watches, women's vintage watches. I've got some fairly new men's big monster fat watches that I've grouped together. I've got the old classic Timex type men's watches. Lots of about anywhere from 4 to 10 watches. Does that sound like a reasonable way to break up those watches, or should I just throw them all in one big monster lot and let the bidding start?
Or make sure you check them though, because some of them might be worth looking up. I mean,
Yeah,
some of them might be
definitely.
worth.
I've definitely looked up every single one of them, and most of them are in the $20 to $50 range. The only one of any significant value is the one that I got in this lot that I showed earlier, the Bulova. There is a Bulova in the other lot I'm describing, but the whole face is covered in some weird fungus. It's got, like crystals growing on the face. It's like, I
It's
probably,
growing veer de gras, Larry, I bet. Make sure you keep it away from your other jewelry. It's contagious.
okay. It's inside the crystal, but I suspect it'll creep out.
It might be that the batteries exploded inside.
Oh, that might be
I had
too. Yeah.
I had one that did that while it was in storage, and I sold it. And the lady's like, "Oh, just send it to me. I probably could repair it." And I said, "No, you can't repair this one. It was all over it."
Yeah.
That white bracelet that's right in front, I think I would sell that one separate.
This
Hmm.
guy?
Them rhinestone earrings, them oval ones you pointed, no, over to the right, the long linked bracelet.
Yeah, okay. This,
Hmm.
Keep
Bracelet.
going.
Bracelet, not earrings.
yeah,
Bracelet. There you go.
yeah, this one is
Or
signed.
that's a necklace.
Yeah, it's kind of a choker link.
Maybe it is.
Here, let me put it on this camera here. It's it's getting overshadowed with light, but there's
Oh, it's a
Oh
confetti
yeah,
lucite one.
confetti.
Hmm.
and it is signed. I forget what it's not
Probably Coro or Lisner.
Liz Claiborne maybe. I'm not sure.
Probably
Lisner,
not.
Lisner.
No, it's a Coral.
Yeah, I
CORO.
would definitely sell that separate.
Yeah,
I would
yeah, I
too.
was planning on it. And what did you call this type of it looks like a
Con
man-made
Confetti lucite.
confetti.
confetti lucite?
And always, why? Can anybody tell me how come I swear everyone I have gets that ugly, dark, visible glue around the outside? Like, did Coro just use bad glue or what? Because I always get that.
Yeah, it's Lisner and all of them. They all do.
Well, I
I
was
don't
looking
I
at
don't worry about it. I still sell
I
them.
don't either. I do too. I'm always like, what the heck?
I found in here or in the other lot, I've got this Coro set of earrings that I was really excited about, but then I comped them and they're only going for 10 to 15 bucks. But
Coro is all over the page right now. I don't know if you guys have noticed. There's some that are still like 10, 11, 12 bucks, and then there's some going pretty darn good.
so this is what appears to be black Bakelite.
Mm,
I'm not sure. I've got I ordered that special cream.
Simichrome.
Yes.
This,
I
they
just
look a little too shiny
I
for
think so too. I
Bakelite.
think they're too shiny.
okay. How would you go about liquidating, like 30 or 40 pair of earrings? Or would
Well, the on the bottom, them rhinestone ones I would definitely sell separate. The brown one you pointed to in the beginning, yeah.
Mhm.
guys?
The
Yeah.
cluster ones right next to it, them green and yellow round, yeah, I would put all them together with the pink ones up on
Yeah,
top.
so I've got those, I've got these, I've got these.
Yeah, they would all go great together, and they do sell in groups.
Yeah, this one's kind of
Um,
cool. It's just a big red ball.
yeah, that's cool. I would sell that separate.
Not signed on the end of the ball, on the end of the end of the clip.
Let me double check. No, it's not signed.
They're kind of cool though.
But they are
And if
screw type.
Yeah, screwbacks. If any of
They're
them are
harder, but
marked Germany, I would try selling them probably separate if they're in good condition.
Okay. What else did I
All
want?
the bracelets are cheaper
Yeah,
bracelets. That one might be mother of pearl, but
yeah,
it's
this
not
one
high.
is this one
Yeah.
appears to be mother of pearl.
You might be able to sell that separate. It might take a little while and it's not going to be high. It's going to be under $20, but it's still a nice bracelet if none of them are missing.
No, none are
But
missing, and it definitely looks or feels like it's not modern. And
yeah,
it
it's
definitely has,
probably an Indian made.
yeah,
yep, I agree.
but it's not signed. It appears to be brass on the inside,
So
but
those, I don't know
That's
about you
typical.
ladies or guys or but those are the types of things that drive me nuts in lots because I feel like it's almost too good to throw in a lot, but it's not quite good enough to list, and those are the ones that just drive me nuts. Because like, I mean, it's like right on the border, like, do I list it? Do I
I
not list it?
Yeah, I guess
what
if it's $20 is in your range of your profit margins that you're wanting, I would do it separate. But again, it's going to sit. It's going to be a longer tail. Is that
these are,
abalone?
yeah, inlay with a bunch of different colors.
There's no marks, I guess, on the back.
No, but it is a white.
I think if you lotted that up with a necklace of some sort that might match,
Yeah, I
might
can
be
definitely.
better.
I do have some yellow pearl like pearls, but I don't have
Yellow,
anything.
Make sure
Well,
that they're really yellow and not just from a smoker.
yeah, okay. So, oh, is this a necklace? This is more of a choker, but these are not white, and they've definitely got a kind of a yellowish hue to them. They're plastic. I mean, they're not real, but anyway, it would be nice if I could find a comparable. This almost has a Chinese Japanese kind of feel to it with
you
with
might be able to put that bracelet with it then. That one we were just talking about.
this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of got that pearly look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say is for some of these $10 or $20 items, you batch them up, a necklace with a pair of earrings that might look nice
Somewhat go
together.
together.
And then the combination would be like a $15 or $20.
Yeah, probably.
Because like you're seeing here, probably 90%, 95% of this is not signed. And so I'm just trying to figure out what do I do with piles of unsigned stuff.
Make a different pile that looks pretty and similar items to go together and put it on auction
Or
or
like
set it buy it now.
Carrie does, throw it in a box
Oh yeah, well
and
I've
say
already
all
I just don't want
wearable.
to deal with it. I just throw it in the I get my money back, make some money, and the rest goes in the box. Hey, that ball. So look at that. To the left of the pink moon glow necklace. See, there's that one that's got a big balls
The
on it. A little further
tassel.
left. Yeah, it's got tassels on it. The necklace, the big necklace, this big long necklace next to it. Yeah, that's a lariat. I think that would probably sell by itself.
Yeah, this one is it's definitely it's iron, right? It's not silver or anything, but it
I've
does have
never noticed why the draw is in those, but those bit long. I mean, they take a while to sell, but those long lariats will sell.
Is
I don't think
that
it is a lariat now
considered
that
a
I see it.
lariat?
No, I
It's
didn't see
just a
the
wide
clasp over
drop.
top, but they do okay, especially if you could find some earrings that have that same thing on them.
yeah. Well, between this lot and the other lot I've got, I'm sure I could find some dangly earrings to go with it. So necklace with a comparable or similar style earrings go together, I presume, or are more sellable than separate.
Yeah, I would definitely
Sometimes
keep like silver with silver and gold with gold.
Right. Have you guys ever tried to do a all gold kind of sale and try to trip up somebody that's thinking they're going to get $400 gold necklace in the lot?
I have not.
So Meg does that with chains. She puts
Mhm.
like gold and silver chains in lots and then puts them on auction, and she's had them go really good and she's had them go not good. I've tried it a few times. Mine never really went anywhere,
Okay.
but I think it's just hit and miss. So if it's stuff you don't necessarily care if it, doesn't bring a lot, I think, why not? But if it does,
Well, at this stage, I mean, given that this entire lot is paid for by that one watch, um, you know, this is all a learning experience for me. So I'll try anything just to figure out what works. The other thing I've got to figure out is how to keep touching this stuff 4, 5, 6 times. Right, because it probably took me 2 to 3 hours to go through all of this, looking for maker's marks and sorting it initially. And that was just to do the initial sort. In the meantime, I'd be curious what your process is when you receive a large box. What do you guys go through to keep from this being a time sink and you having to touch it a million times?
you want to go first, Lane? I think we all probably have our own process and it's right for each of,
Yeah. Um, I had mentioned to Larry the other day that I get my whole big bag, bring it in. I have soda boxes I lay out, one for necklaces, well, depending on how many necklaces I have, but soda boxes for each different type of jewelry, bracelets, necklace, rings. And I just start going through them, and the good stuff I will just put in the soda boxes. I sort them that way. And then if they're not, see, I buy individually, so that kind of makes a difference. If you're buying a big lot like this where you get all kinds of extra stuff, then I would have a separate box for scrap or junk. Actually, two things. Scrap is broken,
Right.
tarnished so bad I wouldn't even give it to anybody. That goes in the scrap box. The other box is wearable, but I don't want to sell it individually. Them are the two extra boxes I would have beyond, the individual necklace, bracelet, and
So
then I
for this,
sell them off individually.
so you do sell uh, I thought you were batching that stuff up, but I guess not. That's not what you
I
just
do.
said.
She doesn't.
Okay.
So there's no real right or wrong. It's just
I
whatever ends up working for you.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I do. Okay, so I do the two-step thing. After they're sorted like that, I know I do them a week at a time because sometimes I go and I buy so much at one time that I have extras beyond a week. So I have 5 drawers and I do 20 a day. And once they're all sorted, I'll go through and I'll pull 5 necklaces out, put it in the drawer, 5 necklaces in the next drawer, and 5 in the next. And then I'll go pick 5 bracelets, put them in the top drawer. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I just do 20 in each drawer, and then they're ready to be photographed. So,
So you're pulling in this case 5 different types per day, batching up your days. And I presume you're doing that like once a week or 3 or 4 days in advance.
right,
Okay.
once a week. And of
And for the
course, I have a
most part,
shelf that
everything,
the rest of the boxes sit on until the next week.
and then when you've got a full enough lot of either the craft stuff, the junk. Well, in your case, you just sell a lot of the craft stuff. You don't box up the cheaper plastic stuff. Is that true? Or do you throw that in
I
junk?
I have a box of that too.
Okay.
What I'm going to start doing is bringing it to the flea market and selling it to these people that sell it.
Okay.
See if I can get $1 a necklace out of it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to go? Tell them their process. Otherwise, I'll tell mine. I do get mine a lot in bulk lots, like just like what Larry's got. I'll get a lot like that. Anymore, it's more of like if I'm going to buy a lot, I try to make sure that most of it's better stuff. But we all end up with stuff that's not as good. But I was finding that I was rehandling things too much. I was having to go back and try to make lots. I was having to go back and try to pull similar items, and I didn't really have the room for that or the time, I guess. So now when I get a big lot, no matter what, I try to only touch it once to go to its final destination. Easier said than done, doesn't always happen. But I will pull out, I do 25 a day, so I have listing bags for the queue. And I just, as I go, like I think what Lynn does is great, like where she has so much of each type of item a day, like I think that's great. But sometimes if I'm running like a 30-day queue, that doesn't, that gets overwhelming for me. So as I'm sorting, I just put it in and I'm counting to 20 for the good stuff, listable stuff, and everything else goes in a costume box. So
And
that's just how I do it.
For the individual items, you do not do you put them in bags?
Not into my queue bag, not when I'm putting it in the queue, I don't.
So like it was mentioned, suggested to lock together these different earrings with comparable earrings. I got about 6 or 7 pair in one lot. Would you just throw those in one Ziploc baggie
And then put it in the lot, yeah, or
Okay.
then put it in the queue bag, yeah.
so there's no worry of them scratching each other, getting
Sure.
damaged?
I didn't say I was perfect, Larry. I just said that that's what I do.
No, no,
I'm not, I don't, sure. I mean, they could,
that works.
absolutely, they could. So it's not a perfect system, but if I'll get in 400 or 500 pieces from an estate. I'm not going to baggie them all up. Should
Yeah.
I? Maybe. I don't
What
really
about
have a problem
chains?
with it.
How do you keep the chains from getting all knotted up?
I don't have that big of a problem as long as I only keep it to the 25 bag. If I put them all in big, huge boxes, I would have knots. Like I'm sure the flat priority rate boxes, I'm sure end up with knots in them, but I don't care. Because
Right.
they're going to a crap. I sell it as junk, so they can unknot them.
And for the in my case, I it fell on the floor there, but I got a bag it's probably about 4 or 5 pounds. It's not gonna fit. It's not enough for a medium flat rate. But you sell your craft lots in mediums,
Large.
medium
I
or
do
large,
large, but that's just because that's only when I'm going through. Like if I buy a whole estate lot for a couple $100, I'm gonna hopefully make my money back out of 2 pieces, right? Or 3 pieces.
right?
So I pull out all the good stuff and literally everything else goes in those lots. So if I did it, Meg has amazing luck selling small flat rate boxes for $30. That's how she sells them, and she sells a lot of them. And if
And
she
she
could make a whole
sells
business,
wearable. It's all wearable stuff.
she does wearable junk lots in a small flat rate box for about $30 a piece, day in, day out. And she does great with them. But me, it's easier. I do it as convenience. It's not necessarily the best thing financially. It's just out of convenience. I put them in large flat rates. And I sell the large. I try to get 100 to 125 bucks a box. And I
Yeah,
try to do it. If I'm going to sell them on eBay, I sell them to the private lady that then I don't pay promoted listings on it.
got it. Yeah, well,
I've
I
also
think
had luck doing them in padded flat rates because that's like nine something to ship,
right.
shoving them full.
Boy, that seems like a good way to damage some jewelry, though.
Yeah, but I'm selling them as junk.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Does Meg charge shipping on that flat
Yes.
rate, or
Yes, she does.
I was going to say
Does
that's
really
not a
well.
whole lot
Nope.
when you have to include shipping.
Yeah,
No, she charges shipping. Yep.
I could fill probably what, 1, 2, 3. I could probably fill 3 or 4 with just what's on this table of what I would consider to be lower end stuff.
I always use the word flea market. I use and like what Lynn, like if I had an outlet like Lynn, I think that's smart to do with the other stuff. If you
Yeah.
can get $1 a piece out of it, that's smart to
Yeah.
sell to other vendors. That's a good idea. I do it out of convenience, but I could definitely make more small lots. I usually just don't.
Do you know if Meg does a close-up photo of the contents of the box?
She dumps them in a little tray, like in a little bowl. Like she's
Yeah.
got a certain bowl that she does, a big bowl, and just takes some overview pictures.
And then mixes them up and takes another photo and mix them up and take another photo.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that with Lego kind of, or miscellaneous small toy kind of things.
Because if you think about it, like the amount of profit you're going to get out of it is not much. So
Right.
I put about as much effort into what I expect to be getting out of something,
Yeah, well, I mean, just putting it on the table in a nice
Mhm.
arrangement, say like right here, that was 5 or 10 minutes. I don't want to be spending 5 or 10 minutes on something I'm going to make $15 on.
Me either. Nope. Because if you look at some of these lots on eBay that are getting, I mean, usually like $20, $25 a lot for junky stuff. And they have these meticulous laid out, right? And then they flip them all over and take more meticulous pictures. Like that's a lot of effort and time into something that's not bringing them much money.
Right.
But I'm
Oh,
more
the
time
other thing
focused.
on that table, I just remembered I was going to say Sarah Coventry stuff I would put all together in one lot.
That
Yep.
makes sense. I was thinking of doing the same for the Monet gold colored chains.
I don't know. Some of those gold Monet chains, though, depending on what they are and what they look like, can bring 25, $30.
Okay.
Right.
So I mean,
Yeah, I
I
was
would list
going
them
to say that
separate.
too. I just bought 3 of them individually that are heavier, chunkier rope
Mhm.
chains, and the gold on them is in such great shape on a lot of the
Mhm.
Trifari and Monet pieces. They do sell well
Mhm.
individually.
Yeah, I wouldn't lot them. That's a
Okay.
Monet.
This
That's
is,
cool.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
it is signed. I don't know by whom. This is a Napier.
Yeah, see, I would sell
Yeah, I
that
would do
separate.
that individually.
Hmm
And it's,
I've had, I don't know about you guys, but as a learning side note, I've had Napier stuff that is, um, looks super plain, like earrings or whatever. And depending on what collector's looking for, comp them, of course. But I've sold them for $70 before. So there's some Napier that'll surprise you out there.
I love the Napier, what do you call it? Bracelets, the charm bracelets, and also
See, those are
the
cool.
beaded ones. I've paid a couple $100 for some before. There's some beautiful Napier
There are
bracelets
some beautiful Napier, and some of the
and
older Napier is
earrings.
sterling.
Yep,
Hmm
I like Napier.
Yeah, see, some of those are
That's
cool. Like,
thermoset.
yep, lot up the thermoset.
Yeah, those are nice
Unless
looking, Larry. I like them.
they are.
yeah,
Hmm
little diamondette looking things in the center. Almost all of the earrings are clip-ons. Um,
Yeah, that's the other thing I would do. Make sure you lot all clip-ons, all screwbacks separate from each other.
this one's
Oh
kind of
no,
cool.
Lynn, you gotta throw a few little screwbacks in with the clip-on lots to get rid of them easier. Gotta just shuffle them in. That's what me and Meg both do that. Like, here's a few screwbacks in there, get rid of them.
All right.
To each his own.
Yeah, if it works, it works. So there's no right or wrong way on that.
This one was kind of cool. It's kind of a gold tone, 3 color.
Hmm
I don't know what kind of stones they are. It's not, here, let me try this other camera.
They're just rhinestones, but they're pretty.
Yeah,
No
that's
signature
probably
or
what,
anything.
1940s, 1950s.
Yep,
It has a
it looks
single
like it could be
ribbon.
Coro.
It's not
Sometimes
some,
coral is so faded, you really have
It
to look
is.
close.
oh,
To
wait.
the left of that pin stem, it looked
Yeah.
like it could have been one of those Coro marks. They're very weird. Like basically, an old Coro, you got to learn how to read blobs because that's all they look like anymore is a blob.
Yeah, there's some very muted lettering on this one.
Does it look like a flying horse beside it
Um,
in the blob? That's a telltale sign of a Coro too. If you see part of a flying horse and the rest is like a little blob, usually it's Coro.
I can't make it out.
Some of these old manufacturers, I'm like,
It's
why
more than
can't you?
likely coral.
That'd be my guess too. No, I think you did good, Larry. That was one of your better lots you picked up. Like, I mean, that's a chance I'd take at a garage sale. Like, if I had a 20-pound box for $50, because you could always turn around and sell it as craft lots and get your money back if you had to, worst case scenario. You
Right.
don't need that many winners out of that to make your money back and throw the rest in a craft lot. See, those are thermostat too.
With
Those aren't
rhinestones.
signed. Are you sure they're not signed? They're not signed BSK or Lisner or
St.
Coro?
Patrick's Day.
Yeah, for sure.
No, these are, where's my, I'm pretty sure these are not signed.
Yeah, those are kind of cool.
Yeah, they look really pretty. It's a dark green
Hmm
and
I like the little hearts.
Mm-hmm.
They're almost like shamrocks, but anyway, and
Oh.
then AB stones in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are cool. I like them.
Yeah. The thermostat, that's a type of plastic.
Thermostat. Yep.
How is
Chunky old plastic. That's what it is.
and that would be your keywords for listing this stuff?
Yes.
Not chunky old plastic. Like go with the thermostat. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I
Well,
thought
thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. I think I think you did good.
these were fun. This is
Yeah, I like to do
Yeah.
like 1970s, 80s retro looking, not retro, but they're the, funky colors like that. I like to do them
Mm-hmm.
together.
Like the louder stuff.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I would
70s,
too.
80s. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I really appreciate being able to spotlight this purchase and I got a lot out of this conversation. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. We always appreciate a lot. If anybody gets a lot of jewelry and you would like to do this at a call, you most certainly can. Especially if you have it nicely laid out like this, and then you just want to scan it and have anybody say anything. You guys, anybody's more than well, I'm happy to, I think Lynn is too. I think it's a good learning experience. It also gives you a good indication of how you can scan a table. Like if this was a garage sale and you're scanning a table, what file would some of us that do this every day or, often go for or look at? And we may have totally different answers or different viewpoints, and it doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just a different viewpoint. See, I think that one's cool too. It doesn't say anything on the
That one
hook.
is pretty.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's got a an interesting chain. Um it's
Well, it's
fairly
interesting
thick and
how the
hollow.
rhinestones are. Yeah. There's nothing on the hook though, no
Oh,
name on the hook.
No.
yeah, I would definitely use mesh in title on that one. I
Yeah,
would do it separate.
Yeah, I was
yeah,
planning
I
on
would
it because
too.
it's got a little rhinestone on
Just
the
want a
hook.
skinny one. Yeah, and those will
Yeah, it's
sell.
a
I
nice
think it'll
piece.
sell by itself. I like it. Yeah.
And this is a like a $20 item, or is this a $39 item?
It's like a 29.99.
28.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see?
28, 29.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, what I'm loving is this. If I get $29 for this, this whole table I'm into for 50, so I'll take it.
That one that's red enamel with the Omega type chain, maybe. Yeah. It doesn't have a signature on the back of the metal
No, it
part.
does not.
Looks like Monet.
It does look like Monet. In the middle or at the top underneath the clasp. Definitely has a Monet vibe.
No.
Must just be a wannabe. But I mean, like I sell those by themselves sometimes and they do okay. I mean, not like big money, but
Yeah.
they do okay.
Maybe if it was marked, I think would be better.
Yeah.
What is this chain called?
That's an Omega chain, right?
What? Oh, yeah, Omega. I guess we're still allowed to use that word. We weren't for a while there. It was
I know.
questionable because of the Omega watches. I still use it and knock on wood, have not had any problem using it.
Yeah, it's one I do fast and loose too. I'll tell you what we're not supposed to do, but sometimes I do it and just know if I get smacked, it's my own fault. Don't be careful with those. Those
Oh,
have still been
is
getting
that a
taken down on
Karen?
occasion.
Is that a Karen Lynn? If it
This
is,
isn't.
do not list it.
But they're hitting ones, Lynn, that aren't even Karen Lynn. They're hitting them because they look like ivory, even though we know they aren't. Stupid. I got hit for one of those ugly dang flower pins that look just like that. And they said, well, do you have your papers? I said, it's not ivory. Well, prove what animal it came from. It didn't. It came from a plastic factory. Well, can you prove that it's plastic? Not besides the fact that it's plastic. Like, I don't know. Sometimes their AI things are really ridiculous. I've been throwing those in a lot because I don't want to deal with them anymore, but I'm sure
Okay.
lots of people sell them. Celluloid, yes. Well, I
And
was arguing with
obviously that bone one you had, I would not sell that. That
I would
bone
not either.
necklace
The bone necklace.
You said
on
that one was
top
made out of
by
bone.
the
Yeah.
chains. Yeah. With the pendant. Nope.
No, on the
On
right hand
top.
side. Yeah.
There. Yeah.
I wouldn't sell it. Nope.
So this appears to be bone to you?
You said it was, I
You
thought.
said it was bone. We're just listening to you,
Well,
Larry.
all I know is that it appears to be a very fragile white material.
Does it have like streaks when you look at it closely? Does it have like stripes kind of in it? It looked metal
Styrations? Is that what it is?
picture.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks metal because it has some bend to it.
Yeah, I don't think it's bone.
It's cast.
But for future reference, don't sell bone on eBay. The only bone so I will sell antler on eBay if it's like, so there's that one brand, crazy something, Crazy Bones antler, and I've done okay because it comes with the car, all that. Otherwise, I stay away from bone too because they want to know what animal it came from. It's like, hell if I
Well,
know. I'm
see,
sure it was
when Christine says it's coming up Crown Trifari, when I first looked at that, I thought possibly Monet or Trifari. You didn't see a mark on it?
No, there's no mark on it.
I think that's one of those. I've
Maybe,
gotten those before. I think it's one of those knockoff ones because it doesn't look thick enough to be. The
yeah, like
Trifari ones are thick.
quality.
Yeah, the chain
Mhm.
is not high quality. It
Is it
almost,
replaced? Maybe? And the
The
pendant?
pendant itself
Sometimes
didn't look real thick either.
sometimes they're both marked. The chain's marked and the pendant's marked sometimes.
this is an
Yeah,
enamel on metal.
yeah. Trifari
They
makes a whole
might,
line of that. Yeah, flip it over.
but
You're sure that flip
that
it
chain
over because
doesn't look like it goes with that.
in the middle,
There
underneath
is a
that, see
place,
that? I
right?
see the cartouche right
Yeah.
there. It is Trifari. That's a Trifari cartouche.
Uh-huh.
Cartouche.
But I
But
can't read Trifari on it. It looks like it's
Yeah,
covered
well,
in.
Larry, because you don't have our eyeballs. It's Trifari. Look harder.
Okay.
It is.
but go
Well,
look and
I'll mention it.
make sure the chain is the right chain for that Trifari pendant. You could still sell it like that and just say it's a marriage.
Okay.
Yep, I agree.
But you would have no problem listing this as a Trifari.
Because it's got a Trifari cartouche right there, Larry. They paint over them, and it looks
Okay.
like, it always reminds me, the enamel parts of Trifari remind me of when people used to paint over switch plates in your house.
Yes.
That's what the Trifari cartouche
I
with the
see
enamels look like.
one letter is taller than the other. The leading letter is taller than the other. But that's about all I can make out. But I will
So
cool.
so Christine found a listing and the chain is an enamel chain. So it has been repaired.
Okay.
Oh, the chain was just replaced. Yeah, I agree though. I'd still sell it and just say that it was. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, if you go look at her listing, it's filled in. Like she said, the Trifari word is filled in with paint and it's kind of peeling off. But
Yep. Yeah, there's a couple of little cracks in the paint on the backside.
yep. It always reminds me of that painting over switch plates, like light switch plate covers.
Yeah, yep. Or the hinges on the doors. Oh, I hate that.
Yep.
And you got 14 coats of paint on the stupid thing.
Those sell all right because there's that whole enamel line that they did.
And that's a 20 or a $40 thing.
I don't know. You'll have to look it up. I can't
Yeah.
remember. I didn't look.
they have it listed at 20.
Yeah, okay.
It's still worth listing
I
though.
just got kicked out of eBay.
It's
Like
been
I
doing
can't
that to
get in.
people. It's been doing that all night and all day to people.
Welcome to my club, Lynn. I couldn't get my listings up the rest of them last night because of that. It
They've been
just
having
knocked me
glitches.
out, knocked me out.
All
On
right,
this
Larry. Well, oh,
this
cool.
weird face, how would I go about selling this if
Oh,
the back is
Keyword
missing?
forest creature. What's the signature? See right there by your hand?
Yeah,
There's the
yeah.
signature.
It says
the lean or um
I don't think it's one of the high end ones, but it'll sell to a crafter or something that wants that
says
weirdo face. Yeah,
ultra.
I would still list it and just put in big letters, missing pin, or
Yeah,
put for
yeah.
craft or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
Somebody will buy it.
in
It's
the
creepy.
title.
In the title, yes.
Yep. Well, very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Those creepy little forest people are always good buys.
I sold
Forest
a
people.
molded piece
That's
of
what I
leather.
put them is.
I had a piece
I
of
think
leather that looked like that. It was about 14 inches by 9 inches or so, basically the size of a head of leather that had been draped and made to look like a face with a shawl or some sort of
Yeah, there's creepy little leather forest people brooches too. They're
cool.
made out of that are all like folded up into little creepy things. They sell
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, this one definitely looked creepy, but
So
well,
creepy in the title.
it was in the garbage and I picked it out and I think I sold it for like $50. It was cool.
Because weird stuff sells.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely agree to that.
All right, let me fix this here. I'll take you off of being big so you don't have to. I had a few things pulled up if I still have them pulled up here. Anybody that has any sales they want to share or any big finds they want to share? I just pulled up a few. I didn't have a whole lot this week of really good ones. Well, I don't know that they were really good ones to begin with, but they were decent. This one I didn't set. So I have $1 into this bracelet, and so I took an offer for 125 and like
Cool.
flipped it over quick. It didn't bother me at all to do it. Like I said, I paid $1 for it, and it was kind of ugly to be honest with you. The color of this
The
bakelite
polka
is cream,
dots.
huh? Yeah, brown
Sorry.
polka dots. Everybody wanted
Mhm.
green polka dots. Everybody's like, "Is those green?" No, they're not green.
Is that
They're brown.
butterscotch?
It's cream corn is the color.
Oh, cream corn. Okay.
Yep.
That's nice.
Anybody that doesn't know the Bakelite is, collectors always want to know what tone or color it is. So this one was the creamed corn one. There is a Juliana set. I paid $5 for the set, so they can have it for 122. It was giveaway. Kind of
Nice.
cool. See the giveaway stones in there. I don't know if I put the
Beautiful.
reference number or not in there. I was pretty sure it was Juliana. Let me show you why. I don't remember why now. So, Pat, that right there's some figure eight puddling, which you don't automatically assume, but it's an indicator. And the paddles, oftentimes are big and square, but these were a little different. And the open backs, and then the necklace right here on the back had the open backs, the rivets, and I think maybe there wasn't figure eight puddling, but that there doesn't have to be all the time. But those rivets are pretty identifiable. The open backs and the earrings were obvious, and they were all together. So, it sold pretty quick. This one is unsigned. I put up for 60. It sold pretty quick. It was also giveaway.
Is it broke? Or is it supposed to be like that?
Nope, it's supposed to be like that. I checked. There was nothing, no solder missing. It wasn't broke. I found one just like it,
It's
and
an
they said it.
interesting different shape.
Yep, it was. Because I checked to make sure nothing was broken off or whatever. And if it is, well, it's pretty obvious, right? There's a pretty good picture of it right there. That's what they're buying. That's what they're getting. So,
What is the give ray piece of that? What does that word mean?
see how it's like two-toned?
Oh yeah, okay. So the color transitions to two
They're
different
usually
colors.
two totally separate colors that like go together.
Thank you.
See, yeah. But it was a pretty unique piece, and there was other pieces, see, inside the piece that had the big gaps in them too, that I think are intentional. I think it's just kind of a weird, odd piece. Regardless, I took really good pictures of it. So whatever it is, they can here's from the back, but I didn't see any pieces that were broken. It was just an odd piece. But see how it has these gaps all over here too in weird spots? It's just an odd pin. But it sold pretty fast for $60. So I was happy.
Do you ever shoot
This
videos of the ones that would benefit by seeing the change in light?
I
Move it
don't,
around?
but it's probably a great idea. I don't, but it's probably an amazing idea. This little guy was the bottom of it's tiny. It was at the bottom of a box in an eBay lot I got. And it sold pretty quick. It's a Judith Jack. But it was tiny. I about missed it. So just because they're little doesn't mean they're not worth anything. This sold pretty quick too. I was kind of shocked. This came in that same eBay lot. I think everything but that first one was in that eBay lot that I got.
Nice sale.
It doesn't,
That's
wasn't
cool.
anything too spectacular, but decent price. I paid under 100 for the whole lot on eBay, so this one wasn't signed either, but it was a very nice pin.
What is Rivioli?
Rivoli. It's it's like the stone is tipped. Lynn probably has a better description, but
Beautiful.
it was very pretty.
It's like a rhinestone reversed. It has the point on
Upside
the
down.
top.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But it was very pretty. So those were my best ones of the week. Nothing too exciting. My dog's getting ready to jump off. All right. Anybody else have anything awesome?
So the
Or
point
even
at
just fun?
the point at the top on that one you just showed,
Mhm.
is it maybe the photo, it doesn't show it. Were you talking about the big stone in the middle?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.